see you destroyed. I'll be ruined. Watch and learn. We need to investigate.
The Divine watches over us. This could be an opportunity. Send their souls to the void!
A new note in discordant melody!
Red. Step by step I lead. And
Behold the wrath of madness!
let
Let the bodies pile! Madness conquers the void. Applaud!
through chaos I stride. Your existence is naught but ashes. Behold as I slay them in my devotion. Empyrean, take this sacrifice. Rend the flesh.
Challenges make the... I have a nose for profit, and it's...
Macro cannons! All hands, prepare for acceleration.
I always keep my options open. I always get the job done.
Watch. I'll mention this. My tact.
Power! The Emperor gave me a vision. Let the macro cannons
Keep your wits about you. never know.
We need to investigate. We need to investigate.
The Divine watcheth. Time to reap the spoils of the battle. I all rule. Keep your wits about you.
I'm back. uh hmm. Seeker's Haven? Ah. I can do this. Oh. Um. Hmm. It's hard thinking about names. Cheese wagon? Maybe. uh. Oh yes. There's nothing wrong with this ship. We sell cheese, by the way. It's a cheese wagon. By the way, we call our bullets cheese. Proceeding to shoot someone in the head with a bullet. Oh, maybe. Cheese wagon? Did I spell that correctly? No, I didn't. I don't think so. It looks wrong. Um, the Mercy of the Stars. Yeah, Mercy of the Stars. Sounds friendly. Next. Okay, edit name. I already got a name for her. It's a standard name. That's what I always use. Mirabelle. Ah. I like this scheme, this one, this one. And this one, I think. And this one. Black and white with some gold. Yeah, why not? Okay, I think I'm ready. I think I've built my character very wrong. I don't know this, so... I've played Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I love those two games. So yeah, I hope it's similar, but I don't think it's similar. But it looks fun. From the trailer. Watching the trailer. Whoa.
Excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Choice in dialogue, okay. God Emperor, the Emperor of mankind, the guide, the ruler, the higher power to which humanity offers their prayers for aid and deliverance. Most people would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, it is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify.
in interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
Oh wow. I could just be straight up just denying the God Emperor. I merely criticize the talentless architects of this place, nothing more.
I understand, but the particularities of my craft have made me a perceptive individual, capable of seeing through to the root of things. Unlike millions of his devout servants. Trust me, your words could easily be interpreted a different way, especially by one inclined to do so. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Duchess Mirabelle is Venia de Val of Calixis. You may call me Your Grace.
My deepest respects to you, Your Grace. A noble of the Imperium. It's been a long time since Providence last brought such eminent guests aboard this vessel. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Lord Captain, and strange title for Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium. But from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
Tell me about one whose ship I found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Warrant of Trade is a sacred document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially
You say I'm one
not
of
on
the
board
rogue
her ship.
trader's heirs, so
No
there's
one
another
knows better than
candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh wow.
Fate and fortune favor the bold. Let us not dawdle. Keep your wits about you. always, keep your eye on the prize.
Servitor? Oh, autosave. Huh.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
No mercy to those who oppose Fon Valencius!
Oh, he's dead.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally.
I'll make it happen.
Your end was inevitable.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan. I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Oh.
Is there money to be made? I know how to take risks. I always have a backup plan. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. Let us not dawdle. Always keep your eye on the prize. Keep your wits about you. I always have a backup plan. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always keep my options open. Is there money to be made? Keep your wits about you.
Okay, no dialogue. Okay, that is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into a trade structure would be political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I've described the situation, no worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Aeon 6 Edeltard? Survey the room. Edeltard, who appears about 30 years old. Parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. To Edeltard, Theodora von Valentius features appears as if they were carved from marble, eternal, indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Okay. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and a powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Mirabelle, approach and give me your answer. Okay. Consider this hypothetical situation. Aeon 6, a new world on the fringes of the Coronis expands. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Those spirits could well be natives, the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in xeno worship. Or okay, this one. Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors. They are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Mirabelle, are simply unaware of their existence. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which as I understand was still more than you could do, Edelthread. The color drains from Edelthread's face. which distorts his features further. Insolent, ignorant upstart! How dare you! Edo threats. Theodora's tone renders him silent. I believe I gave you an assignment on the ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. Adult threat, as punishment, you need to sit in a corner for 15 minutes in the corner of the class. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time. Edotat bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. What a piece of shit. I wanna kill him. Theodora's gaze follows him as he leaves. Then she turns to you. So, Mirabelle, why are you here? Was it not you who sent for me? Theodora scoffs. What? You've seeded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Oh, ha ha ha. Wow. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable heresy, hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspitlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valentius Massimo Abscaros. I'm a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of Humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most secret relic, the warrant of trade. Kept aboard this very vessel, mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's lies. Light where powers wicked and heretical reign and both death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover along with all there is to find Darion. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Mirabelle, are one of those, with the von Valentius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. I'm ready to take on this sacred purpose. One off. Does this mean there are other heirs? Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Adult rats, maybe. Maybe somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of the warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of the closest ally. Theodora sighs and looked away pensively for a brief moment. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voigtvier served me for many years before he made this mistake. Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you? His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name of von Valentius. Even if he avoids using it publicly as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is close to him. Voigtvier's performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be at least. If you're dissatisfied with Edeltraed, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? Theodora shakes her head. Impatience. I'm rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstances, more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edeltraed as my successor, it will still require loyal advisors. The skill and knowledge you acquire in your former life may prove invaluable here in the Cronus Expanse. Oh, I need to drink something. Oh, my voice. Your noble descent is a sign of that power lives in your very flesh and blood. You would never doubt your words or actions, never show weakness, never let an involuntary gesture or careless words betray your fears or agitation, at least if your upbringing was as thorough as mine was in my time. Many will grovel at your feet, governors, commanders, highborn, navigators, conceited lords, and you cannot allow them to sense weakness in the one who stands above them. Navigators. A sentient noble mutant whose genes allowed them to safely guide a warp-capable void ship through the warp. Moreover, Theodora inclines her head slightly. Your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the Von Valentius dynasty, well, so much the better. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? Okay. I have some time before the navigator gives a signal to initiate the voidship translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless. Could be warp playing tricks on us. Okay. Where's your ship headed? The record system. The domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rifles. Only 3 rogue traders exist in the Corona's expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House Von Valentius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. Navigator, translation, what are these things you speak of? Okay. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, burn, absorb. Okay, it will take time for you to find your bearings. Consider yourself my aide. Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir! You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for psychopaths. I will draw my conclusion when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. Okay. Oh, I love that. Oh, in that case I shall head to Theodora's. Fox awakens once more. This time you pick up shouting. The Lord's Captain freezes, listening to the Foxcast. Then nods. Draws her weapon. Disturbances reported on adjacent decks. Seneschal. If the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that a chance to prove your words may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. Okay, time to fight. Yes. Oh. Oh. What the fuck?
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Your arrogance will be your downfall. Okay, Theodora first. Oh my god. What's this? Tutorial? Oh my. What the fuck? Machine gods? I Gothic. Ah. A B C D E F G H I L. Ah, so dumb. Why is it a? Is it not a toggle? Cargo manager, what? Wait a minute. Do I get more ships later in the game? Huh. There are arrows top left. So I guess there are more ships that I can get. Okay, map. Okay, good that I know where the enemies are. I didn't know. Oh wow. Why is it not a cutthroats are... ranged. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, you dodge it. Theodora, you served
Who if
me.
not me?
Just a minor setback.
This'll leave a
Oh,
scar.
wow.
Reduced to dust.
On it.
Oh! 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 A critical hit! Oh.
I'll see to it, personally.
The enemies have stormtrooper aim.
I took care of this one. One fewer target.
Theodora waves her hand in a commanding gesture. Morse, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single horseman survive. The rogue trader turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst into the deck. Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their precision makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. She looks at the at the fox in her hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now. Possibly, quite likely. Theodore winches and flicks the switch on her fox a few times. We will investigate it at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. What's happening? From what we have seen, Mirabelle, I could speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. The Seneschal is astoundingly calm for someone who just survived a sudden attack. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who found themselves outside the boundaries of real space. Though such episodes seldom spill into other decks. Theodora clicks her fox a few times. The casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either way, the warp is torn with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engineer. Engineer Prime? Before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them. How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who dare attack Lord Captain? The Seneschal gives you a gloomy look. Trust me, Mirabelle, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are fertile environments for discontent and heresy. No matter how one tries to incinerate any seeds before it can take root, all it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle. Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. Theodore's anger causes the Seneschal to shrink slightly. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized, it is spreading too rapidly. What are your orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid and be quick about it. Yes, ma'am.
Always keep your eye on the prize. Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Any loot?
Let us not dawdle.
Why didn't you help? Oh, that's why.
I always have a backup plan. Is there money to be made? I always keep my options open.
Oh, my controller battery is low.
Keep your wits about you.
Conrad folgt wir. lets out a sigh of relief upon seeing you. Thank Providence you are alive and well. I was on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finished chasing the river out around the deck, you show up. I was just after fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Huh. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up? Ah. Always just after the fighting's done. Suspicious. Oh. Conrad calmly looks away from the Archmage and to you. Mort, pull yourself together. Oh. The Archmage looks back at you. What? Did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls his fox from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. Massive whispers. What is happening on my ship? The Foxnet is silent. The Foxmaster is not responding. Our assailants have stormed the officer's deck. And my Archmage has just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are? Whom they serve? Report. Cool. All this talking. Oh my. Oh. I have not yet received word from the engineering regarding any Gallerfield failures. But communications were already unstable half an hour ago. And now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I'm receiving scattered reports from the middle decks. The only fox gets from lower base are one-way heretical gibberish. Flicked via passes. That a madman have already reached the officer's deck should suggest that its outrage was planned in advance. Maybe this is an organized mutiny. Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in a warp? Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions have tainted any of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously. Theodora looks at Freudvir. Edeltraed. Where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assaulted by the warp could pose greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his move is that he arrived on transitional deck 18. Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edeltraed immediately. Seneschal, locate TS and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way, Mirabelle. Mirabelle? Theodora glances at you thoughtfully. If I may, Lord Captain. Voigtveer's voice is soft and cautious. The traditional deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edeltraed back... Wait. Transitional deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance? How? How would you know that? Suspicious. Very. To be fair, he is someone who works in information, so... But come on. Yeah, I'm not trusting him. Can I bet something? I think he's gonna betray everyone. Conrad Voigtveer, he's gonna betray everyone. Okay, and if our goal is to bring Edeltraed back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed arch-militant. Taking into consideration Edeltraed's psychic powers. I'm an officer. People need to fight for me. So yeah, I can only use support, so I have an excuse. You're not. You're not. What? Oh. Then it's settled. Mirabelle, find Edeltraed and bring him here. In whatever state you find in this elevator, she points at the massive doors. Lead to the restricted compartment such as my personal chambers and a bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both, do you understand? Whatever state, what does that mean? Conrad coughs. We are in a moral. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Galar field. Infiltration of malicious forces into the deck. Psychers can react to such things in the most unpredictable ways. Enough, Master of Whispers. You must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edeltraed back to me. Wait. A mindless mutant? Ah. So you can transform into mutants? That seems awesome. I should do everything in my power. Theodora hisses in fury. Not everything in your power you would do as I say. Off your head if you fail, is that clear? Wow! Then move out, more to come. Wow. I like Theodora. Volksphere gives you a nod. Are you ready to head to the 218? It is a long walk, but you do not even have proper gear. Oh, wow! I'll show my dually away. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. He fucking shift me, stab me. Okay. Yeah. Promise you a special destiny, Mirabelle. Called it. I called it. He was suspicious. I'm sorry. Oh, press any button, okay. Stop kicking me.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warring Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time.
Yep.
All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Can I save? No. Wait, I can do a bug report. Ah. Oh wow. I need to save real quick. Oh no. I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
To the void with you. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge to go to the gate, go to the gate, go to the gate! Fight a voice in your head. Get out, I'm not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step forward. The gate looming in the center of the chamber. In the archway, you see a cogitator. What the fuck is that? Cogitator. Okay, digital computer with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach the torture twists, this is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two amber irises. Examine the device. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. Okay. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drown-out shriek, much wider than a jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in a dim light. The fifth screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding, sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voidfear wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the sentinel. The servitor looks notably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with a copper thread and has metal ridges in place of standard joints. It seems that the creators of the sentinel did everything to ensure that the surface life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. You search is in vain. This chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar inside. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Place your hand into the sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaw clamp around your hand, punching your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear it humming as the servo motor starts up and the pump steer into motion. The fitsune of the coordinator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Maybe if you were lean against the gate, you would catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from. Crackling like static. Is it a sentinel, the cockitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whatever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity called in your consciousness does not have any ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Wait, what? Oh! Okay.
Well, there is still another way.
Cool.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I will lead us to fortune.
How do I... Okay, that. No.
Let us not dawdle.
Any hidden items?
I always
Can
have
I
a
get
backup
burned?
plan.
No. Okay. Okay, no hidden
Is there money
items.
to be made?
Or is there?
Keep your wits about you. I always keep my options open.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What matters is happening here? Who are you? What addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The servo skull goes silent in its relays. Clicking second after second passes, and you realize that the servo skull will not answer you. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup.
In place of the mechanical screeching, the servo skull Vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valancius. distorted and ridden with static, yet still recognizable beyond a doubt. Foxmaster, restore communications with the Navigator Sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. Repeat, regroup all available forces and head.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Leave me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Is that a wound that I have? Old injury, permanent. Oh. Whoa, what? Oh. I can be a heretic. Wow.
I always have a backup plan.
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtveer is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He attempted to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of the plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny.
Yes.
And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Volksfear openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Oh, he's a warrior. Melee prowess. Okay. He's a melee dude. When he is level 16, I think I will go with him as a arch militant. Massive warfare, yeah. Melee or ranged, or anything in between. Okay. Reputation? What the? Whoa. Beautiful art. Wow. Oh, Medici. Is that the... Injuries? Okay, 40. 30.
Miscalculated.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
What? Okay. Wait, I can't add it?
Let me help. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse. All those strike teams have already been dispatched. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman have difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive. I am no helmsman, or God Emperor preserve me navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption, and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I heard one of Theodore's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
What can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Imperium. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Abelard does not bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you are about to face. Ah, spontaneous mutations. How fun. The Navigator's Sanctum very well. Will you lead the way? For the Imperium and humanity. Lead the way, Seneschal.
Come.
Abelard nods his approval. Come. Come. A wave of static erupts from the surface skull, and you can make out Theodore's words through the noise. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor, fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might destroy those who have dared.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Venerate the Dark Gods!
The Emperor is with us!
Crush them!
Uh-oh.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Victory is reduced to dust.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
Brace yourself, Abelard. Follow my lead. It will be done. One, you are target. I've suffered worse.
Who? Another enemy down!
Just a minor setback. I took care of this one. Indeed.
Is there money
What
to be made?
advice do you seek?
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. Keep your wits about you. Let us not dawdle. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Zone map. Ah.
I always keep my options open.
The navigator second.
And so she will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Mistress, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
You hear a few clicks from a relay on the surface skull, which has followed you all the way here, and Theodora's scrambled words give way to a voice vaguely familiar to you. Officers, frequency to all who can hear me. Those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once, and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelsrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it! You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know where I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
The seer's words stretch up something dark and frightening from the depths of your memory. Your soul has been tainted by the influence of warp sorcery. And it seems you will never be rid of it. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
Oof.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must save the navigator as well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
I like her.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I will lead us to...
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
Look, fate and fortune favor the bold.
Okay, level up. Oh.
keep your wits about you. I have a nose for profit, and a
I'm at your service. Your seneschal is always there for you. Look no further.
Dual swords?
Let us not do.
What's over here?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
What advice?
door?
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. I always have a backup plan.
Don't you dare to cross us!
and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and her psychic abilities allow her to deal damage to them. Okay. Oh. Exploit. Huh.
Will do. But of course. Anything else?
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I'll see to it personally.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my best. It will be done.
What is this foreboding? On it!
Victory is one fewer.
The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily in the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheek. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead. Okay. What's wrong with him? Wounded, exhausted. Are you alright? Oh no. I want to help you. Tell me how. Run the sector will be shield. I will hold it off. Who torments you? The edge. What's that supposed to mean? The navigator is still alive and better, so what do we do now? The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the master helmsman, if he's still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge and we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edeltraed and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the serval skull relayed to us earlier. Vespidas, good luck and thank you. Oh man.
I always keep my options open.
You'll send a...
Fate and fortune favor the bold. Is there money to be made? Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. Keep your wits about you. Let us not dawdle. Always keep your eye on the prize. I always keep my options open.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step further. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Marble Valentius, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by smears of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I'm no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution.
Not lying in this playthrough.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is a warrior of Adepta Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship? Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Were these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lady. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What's happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lady. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lady, be on your guard.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan. Let us not dawdle. Keep your wits about you. I always keep my options open. Is there money to be made?
Okay. I think this is a good spot to stop the stream. Fun game. I'm really enjoying this. Okay, I have saved. Let's just delete all of these other. Yeah. Okay. Well, goodbye. And see you later. Well, next time. Bye.